Ready for action! Yes, Your Majesty. Moving. Destroy!
Yes, Your Majesty. None shall survive.
At your service. Moving.
Yes, my lord. Brilliant.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Understood.
Yes, my lord. Be careful.
Ready for war. At your service. At your service. Proceeding. Ready for action. Moving. Ready for war.
Yes, Your Majesty. Understood. None shall survive.
Yes, Your Majesty. A worthy order. None shall survive. Ready for action. Proceeding. Destroy.
Ready for action. Yes, my lord.
At your service. A worthy order. Ready for action. A worthy order. Yes, Your Majesty. A worthy order. At your service. Moving.
Yes, Your Majesty. A worthy order.
At your service. A worthy order. Ready for war. Ready for war. At your service. Proceeding. Yes, Your Majesty. A worthy order. At your service. Moving. At your service. Proceeding. Yes, Your Majesty. A worthy order.
Yes, my lord. Be careful. Yes, my lord.
Attack! Yes, Your Majesty. None shall survive.
Your command? Understood. None shall survive. Yes, Your Majesty. Very well.
At your service. At your service. A worthy order. Ready for action. A worthy order. Yes, Your Majesty. Proceeding. Yes, Your Majesty. Moving. At your service. A worthy order.
Ready for action.
Your command? Understood.
At your service. Moving.
Yes, Your Majesty. Understood.
At your service. Moving.
Orders?
Ready for action. Proceeding.
Yes, Your Majesty. Majesty. The time is now.
Ready for war! At your service! Yes, Your Majesty! A worthy order! Watch this! Yes, Your Majesty! A worthy order! Watch this! Ready for action! Yes, Your Majesty! Moving! Yes, Your Majesty!
Orders? Fire!
At your service! A worthy order! At your service!
Yes, Your Majesty.
Ready for action! Moving! At your service! A worthy order!
Yes, my lord.
Your will? Understood.
Yes, Your Majesty! A worthy order! Yes, Your Majesty! Yes, Your Majesty!
Yes, my lord. Brilliant.
Ready for action! Moving! Destroy! Ready for action! Proceeding! Watch this! At your service! Moving! None shall survive!
Yes, my lord.
For order!
Orders?
Yes, Your Majesty! Proceeding! Ready for action! Moving! Ready for war! At your service! Ready for action! Moving! At your service! A worthy order! Ready for action! Moving! At your service! A worthy order! Ready for action!
Your command? Very well.
Orders? Brilliant.
At your service! Ready for action! Ready for action! A worthy order! None shall survive!
Yes, my lord.
At your service! Proceeding! Yes, Your Majesty! Destroy!
Ready for action.
Fire!
Ready for action. Brilliant. Orders? Brilliant.
At your service! None shall survive! At your service! Proceeding! None shall survive! Ready for action! Moving! Ready for action! A worthy order! At your service! Moving! Yes, Your Majesty! At your service! Moving! Yes, Your Majesty! At your service! Proceeding! Yes, Your Majesty! Proceeding! Ready for action! A worthy order! At your service! Proceeding!
Orders? Orders?
At your service! Proceeding!
Greetings.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Your will? Understood.
Yes, Your Majesty. Moving.
Orders. Fire!
Ready for action. Watch this. Yes, Your Majesty. Watch this. Yes, Your Majesty. A worthy order. Destroy.
Orders.
Ready for action. A worthy order. Watch this. Yes, Your Majesty. Moving. Destroy. Ready for action. A worthy order. Watch this. Yes, Your Majesty. Proceeding. Yes, Your Majesty. Proceeding.
Orders. Brilliant.
Ready for action. Proceeding. At your service. A worthy order. Yes, Your Majesty. At your service.
Yes, Your Majesty. Very well, yes, Your Majesty.
Ready for action. Brilliant.
At your service.
Ready for action. Be careful.
Yes, Your Majesty. At your service. Proceeding. Destroy. Ready for action. Proceeding. At your service. At
worthy
your
order.
service.
Orders. Brilliant. Ready for action.
Yes, Your Majesty.
A
At
worthy
your
order.
service.
Ready for action.
Ready for action. Yes, Your Majesty. Destroy. At your service. A worthy order. None shall survive. Yes, Your Majesty. Yes, Your Majesty. A worthy order. Ready for action. Proceeding. At your service.
Ready for action. Brilliant.
Yes, Your Majesty. Proceeding. Ready for action. Yes, Your Majesty. None shall survive.
Yes, my lord.
Your command? Understood.
At your service. A worthy order. None shall survive. Ready for action. A worthy order. Yes, Your Majesty. Moving. At your service. Yes, Your Majesty. Moving. Watch this.
Orders. Brilliant.
Yes, Your Majesty. Moving. Ready for action. Yes, Your Majesty. At your service. Ready for action.
Yes, my lord. Be careful.
Yes, Your Majesty. Watch this. At your service. None shall survive. Ready for action. None shall survive. Yes, your majesty. Ready for action. Watch this. At your service. Watch this. Yes, your majesty. At your service. Ready for action. Yes, your majesty.
Yes, my lord.
Your command? The time is now.
Orders? Fire! Yes, my lord. Brilliant.
At your service. Moving.
Ready for action. Be careful.
Yes, your majesty. A worthy order. Yes, your majesty. A worthy order. Ready for action. Proceeding. At your service. Moving.
Ready for action.
At your service. A worthy order. None shall survive. At your service. Yes, your majesty. Yes, your majesty. Proceeding. At your service.
Ready for action. Orders? Brilliant. Orders? Brilliant.
At your service. Destroy. At your service. Watch this. At your service. Yes, your majesty. Watch this. Yes, your majesty. Yes, your majesty. Watch this. At your service. Yes, your majesty. Yes, your majesty. A worthy order. Watch this.
Ready for action. For order!
At your service. Moving. At your service. Watch this.
Yes, your majesty. Very well. None shall survive.
Yes, your majesty. A worthy order. At your service. A worthy order. Ready for action. A worthy order.
Yes, my lord. Fire!
Ready for action. Proceeding. Watch this. At your service. Watch this.
Yes, my lord. Fire!
At your service. A worthy order. Watch this.
Orders? Orders? Ready for action. Be careful.
Ready for action. Watch this. At your service. Moving. Destroy. Yes, your majesty. None shall survive.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, your majesty. Yes, your majesty. A worthy order. Destroy. Yes, your majesty. Proceeding. At your service. At your service. Yes, your majesty. Ready for action. A worthy order. Yes, your majesty.
Orders?
Ready for action. A worthy order. At your service. A worthy order. Yes, your majesty. Moving. Ready for action. Moving.
Ready for action. For honor!
At your service. Destroy. At your service. Watch this. At your service. Moving. Ready for action. Ready for action. Moving. Destroy. At your service. A worthy order. None shall survive.
Yes, my lord.
Attack! At your service. A worthy order. Ready for war. At your service. Yes, your majesty. Moving. Yes, your majesty. None shall survive.
Yes, my lord.
For honor! At your service. Destroy. At your service. Moving. Watch this.
Yes, my lord. Brilliant.
Yes, your majesty. Moving. Ready for action. Ready for war. Yes, your majesty. Moving. Ready for action. A worthy order. Yes, your majesty. A worthy order. At your service. Moving.
Ready for action. Orders?
Yes, your majesty. Proceeding. None shall survive. Ready for action. Moving. Watch this.
Yes, my lord. Brilliant.
At your service. A worthy order.
Yes, my lord. Be careful.
At your service. Destroy. At your service. Destroy. Ready for action. Ready for action. Moving. Yes, your majesty. Proceeding. Yes, your majesty. Proceeding. Yes, your majesty.
Yes, my lord. Be careful.
At your service. A worthy order. At your service. Move. Ready for action. None shall survive. At your service. A worthy order. Watch this. Yes, your majesty. Proceeding. Ready for war.
Ready for action. Attack!
Yes, your majesty. Moving. Watch this.
Orders? Fire!
At your service. Moving. At your service. A worthy order. At your service. Destroy. Ready for action. Moving. At your service. Ready for action. Proceeding. Destroy. At your service. At your service. Proceeding. Destroy. Yes, your majesty. At your service. Proceeding. At your service. A worthy order.
Ready for action. Brilliant. Orders?
Yes, your majesty. Moving. Watch this.
Yes, my lord. Be careful.
At your service. Ready for action. Watch this. Ready for action. None shall survive. At your service. At your service. Destroy. Yes, your majesty. None shall survive. Ready for action. A worthy order. Destroy. Yes, your majesty. Proceeding. None shall survive.
Yes, my lord. Orders? Fire!
At your service. A worthy order.
Orders?
Yes, your majesty. Proceeding. Yes, your majesty. A worthy order. Ready for action. Proceeding. Watch this. Yes, your majesty. Move. Ready for action. Yes, your majesty. None shall survive. Ready for action. Proceeding. Watch this. Yes, your majesty. Moving. Ready for war. Yes, your majesty. A worthy order. Ready for action. Moving. Yes, your majesty. Destroy. Ready for action. None shall survive. Ready for
Greetings.
war. At your service. A worthy order. Yes, your majesty. Watch this. At your service. Ready for action. A worthy order. Service. Watch this.
Ready for action. Fire! Orders? For order! Ready for action. Attack!
Ready for action. Proceeding.
Ready for action. Yes, my lord. Brilliant.
At your service. A worthy order. Yes, your majesty. Moving. At your service. Moving. Yes, your majesty.
Orders?
Ready for action. Proceeding. At your service. Moving. At your service. Ready for action. Moving. At your service. Proceeding. At your service. At your service. Moving. At your service. Yes, your majesty. Moving. Ready for action. Yes, your majesty.
Ready for battle.
Ready for action. Fire! Orders? Attack! Orders? For order!
Ready for action. None shall survive. Yes, your majesty. Ready for action. Moving. None shall survive. At your service. Moving. Yes, your majesty. Yes, your majesty.
Ready for action.
Yes, Your Majesty. Moving. At your service. Moving. Ready for action. Moving. Ready for action. A worthy order. Yes, Your Majesty. Moving. At your service. Moving.
Yes, my lord. Brilliant.
Ready for action. Yes, Your Majesty. At your service.
A worthy
your
order.
Service. Ready for action. Proceeding. At your service.
A worthy order.
Ready for action. Yes, Your Majesty. Ready for action. Ready for action. Ready for action. Moving. Ready for action. Moving. Yes, Your Majesty.
Yes, my lord. For honor!
At your service. Proceed, yes, Your Majesty.